A wise man once said, "These are the days that must happen to you." The quote itself is quite self-explanatory. Everything happens for a reason, and it all has to happen for you to end up where you are and where you want to be. It seems clichéd to talk about life and the meaning of it, but then again, life is just a mess of clichés. But right now, I'm not talking about the meaning of life, why we are here or how we are made. Instead, I'm talking about how all of us, every single one of us, affects each other's lives without even realising we do. I met my husband 30 years ago. He was 19 and I was 17, and we were both heading home from work. The way we met is quite clichéd. He bumped into me when he was walking down the road, not concentrating because he was listening to his Walkman. However, there was no look into each other's eyes and fulfilling moment. No. Instead, a stern look was exchanged and we went on our way. We saw each other every day, and for the first few weeks we just ignored each other. And then that got a bit awkward. So we gave each other an acknowledging nod every time we passed. Then one day he walked past me and managed to trip over a piece of litter, trying to look cool, bowling past, listening to Queen. And I laughed. And then every day we'd smile at each other or he'd do something stupid to make me laugh. The thing is, if whoever dropped that litter hadn't, there would have been no reason to smile at each other. It's very clichéd. But we can fast forward to now. We got married, had a kid, and some other stuff happened. My daughter is now the same age I was when I met her father, and times have really changed. The great thing about kids is the fact that they think they know everything there's to know about life, but really they're naive to it. It's a great way to live. And they're naive to the differences between poor and rich, young and old, happy and sad. But what a great way to live. And when they look back on these times, everything will seem more amazing than it actually was. Their world through rose-tinted glasses. Have you never seen them? It's a massive box. The thing is, these kids are changing lives of people that aren't even born yet with their friendship and characteristics. For example, Lexi's best friend is Dan. They will be friends when they're older, arguing over who makes the best cup of tea. Dan will marry a girl called Sarah and Lexi will marry a boy called Tom, and they'll both have kids. Dan will have Jamie and Lexi will have Eloise, and Jamie and Eloise will get married and have kids of their own, all because their parents are best friends. They're affecting the lives of people who aren't even born. Everybody affects everyone. Then there's Ben, who Lexi will go to uni with. He's a clever kid, ends up being a lawyer, all because his girlfriend, who wants to be a lawyer, forces him to go to an open court session with her. And he finds it interesting and pursues it. She doesn't and becomes a childminder instead. And then there's Eliza, Lexi's concert buddy, as they call each other. They'll inflict each other's taste in music for many years to come, creating memories that are brought back to them by the songs they listen to. Then there was a man who had an argument with his wife after she had a bad day at work because her boss had shouted at her, because he was worried about his baby who had a cold. A man who decided to go to the pub on a Wednesday night. A man who got very drunk, a man who still drove to work the next day, a man who hit a woman with his car and killed her. A man who's very sorry now, but can't help what happened. That woman was me. But it's okay because they're okay, and they're surviving, and they're still good people, brilliant people. And what has happened in their lives has given them those characteristics. And they'll carry on affecting people's lives in various ways and living through the happy and sad times. And that's what makes life so wonderfully cliched.